All right, now let's move on to the SEC. There are a few matchups I wanted to look at there. First one, Texas A&M and Missouri. This is a game that is at Mizzou. They are the underdogs at home, +7. The over-under is 49.5. Texas A&M obviously is one of 4 undefeated teams left in the country. They're phenomenal. They've been phenomenal all year. Marcel Reed has played as one of the best dual threat quarterbacks in the country and has kind of led that team. But I know Missouri has a good defense, so I'm excited to get there, or get a chance to watch this game and see what happens. Kind of your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think the highest level thought is this year Missouri has been able to take away run games from teams. Yeah. And that's where they've been most effective in terms of forcing teams to be a little bit more one-dimensional. On the converse, A&M has made up, as good as Marcel Reed is, their run game is phenomenal. They're averaging about 200 yards a game on the ground, about 2.4 touchdowns per game on the ground. They average about 40 attempts running the ground per game. So this is a team that has a great quarterback that is allowed to use the run game to kind of change up the different threats and different schemas that defenses have to put up against them. And so I think this is going to be pretty interesting to see, does Texas A&M go to a more pass-heavy type offense this weekend? Do they use a lot of play action? Do they try to trip up the defense a little bit and disguise, run plays, pass plays, etc.? And how is Missouri going to respond against that? That's kind of my highest level thoughts. I think, Marcel Reed and Bo, solid quarterbacks. They, have led their teams to pretty good records this year. They're pretty consistent. I mean, they make some plays that, are a little bit more questionable in terms of their turnover worthiness. But Marcel Reed being a dual threat type quarterback really opens up the playbook for Texas A&M to try a bunch of different stuff against Missouri. But, at the end of the day, Missouri is able to stop the run at high effectiveness. And so I think that's going to be kind of the storyline I look at.
Yeah, no, you're right. This is good on good in terms of good rush attack versus good rush D, and really just good defense overall. That's going to be the question. That's what's going to keep Missouri in this game, especially with Bo Pribula down for the season, kind of third string in now, Matt Zollers. It's going to be the Mizzou defense is going to keep them in this game and give the offense opportunities. Kind of reminds me of the Notre Dame game that Texas A&M has already played, where the rush D is of Notre Dame is just as good as Missouri's run defense, and they both give up around 90 rush yards a game. Limit teams to less than one rush touchdown per game. So kind of for me, looking at the way that Notre Dame attacked Marcel Reed and that Texas A&M offense, that's what I'm expecting out of Missouri and how they would attack it. And in that game, Texas A&M was forced to throw the ball a lot. I think 37 attempts for Marcel Reed. He had 360 yards. A lot of those were just getting the ball in Casey Concepcion or any of their stud receivers hands and let them take it to the house. So I think this will be a good matchup. If I had to guess, I think it's the +7's probably about accurate in terms of Mizzou's going to keep it close. Mizzou's going to keep it close, and I would say this is going to be under. I mean, I don't know how you look at Texas A&M's offense compared to like a Vanderbilt's offense, but that Mizzou kind of kept the game very close in that game. And I think that game ended up 14-7. So I could not be more high on this Mizzou defense.
Yeah, I think my final thoughts on this would be Mizzou is able to stay in this game with their defense if they're able to keep Texas A&M as a one-dimensional offense. If they're able to take away the run game and force Marcel Reed to make or break the game. On the converse, I think what keeps Missouri in this game from their offense is their ability to run the ball. And Texas A&M has a decent run defense, not as good as Missouri, but a decent run defense. But Missouri's averaging 240 yards on the ground per game, around 2.75 touchdowns on the ground per game. So This is going to be about, can Missouri take away the run game from Texas A&M and utilize their own run game? I think that's the only way this stays, in the grasp of Missouri to win the game. But I kind of agree with you. I don't think there's going to be a ton of points scored here, just because there's pretty clear direction for both defenses and how to stop the offenses on either side of the ball. So I think that's kind of going to be the storyline of the game. And Missouri, you said Missouri +7?
It's Missouri +7, and the over-under is 49.5.
Okay. Yep. I kind of agree with that line overall. I think probably if I had to bet on this, I'd probably pick under, and I'd probably pick Missouri to cover, just because there's kind of a very clear prescription of how they're going to stop Texas A&M from scoring the ball.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is going to be a good game. It's going to be close. It's going to be closer than some people expect, probably, unless people who know ball and know Mizzou has a great defense. So, like we've said, follow, comment, like, subscribe, check INSZN.co out, and reach out to us if you ever have any questions.